Russia is in winning side. If he is right, then I can add NATO members, European Union members, or led by Donald Trump, US President, are into the losing side. Would you please respond to him along with the breaking news stories you have? You are watching from Washington, D.C. on Around the Globe, sir.
Greetings, this morning from Washington. Today we are looking at I guess we are a couple days away from our official holiday season, and the U.S. government is putting more pressure on Ukraine to come to a terms and deal regarding the ceasefire. The talks stated by the president is progressing, and most of the terms is between Ukraine and Russia has been addressed. And the point right now is just a few sticking points. Again, the area of territory is still on the table, and how they want to proceed on this. In the meantime, Russia is still putting on pressure regarding the military attacks and the infrastructure, destruction of the infrastructure. At the same time, there was a assassination in Moscow contributed by the Ukrainian on one of the military generals. So we got this tit-tat back and forward, but the situation is still in favor of Russia. Russia is holding the hand. Again, the weather, the timing, the resources are still pushing forward. And the people in the country of Ukraine is looking for a solution. They want peace. They want to stop this war. But they do not want to give up their country. So we still dealing with this. The EU is basically putting together supposedly a plan so they can come in and provide a stabilization for the area. But Putin has not changed his ways. He's still pushing for a total and complete defeat.
I know, sir, you are scanning world's top breaking news as you do usually that. We found a very good input. You start in your introductory speech on the show. Would you mind to put any breaking news you are scanning from world's top media outlets?
Like I said, we in a holiday period. This is a tradition of the time when people settle down. They tend to go and be with their family, and they try to stay out of the news as much as possible. But right now in the United States, we are still looking at which way are we going to deal with in terms of the Epstein files, how they're going to deal with that, and how we are doing with Venezuela. The issue of Venezuela is very sensitive to the average person in the United States, because right now it appears that we are preparing for some type of land aggression, and that is a big concern to Congress and also to the people who have to go over there. We really don't understand why we're there, but the aggression is going to continue. Russia has removed most of their diplomats and their key people from that area, anticipating some type of armed conflict coming soon.
Sir, I picked one question from your initial statement based on the negotiation process. You said Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is receiving advices or conditions from European Union and also from NATO. I mean, I understand very well that also from United States, Washington administration. So if I ask you a question like this, how should Ukraine balance military defense with negotiating pressure from allies, EU, United Nations, Washington, and also from NATO?
Thank you for the question. The balancing act comes from the fact that what they have to give up, and basically, and under the current terms, they are very serious about the conditions. Russia still holds the upper hand militarily. Uh, the amount of land, the land is still an issue. Russia is stated they are not going to give up anything they have gained, and they want the Ukrainians to have a reduced military, and again, forget about going into NATO. And we are looking at what type of peacekeeping forces is going to be put in. I understand the European Union, Russia, France, and other countries are prepared to
Sir,
come in
sir,
there, but we don't know. We don't know
camera number
what's going
one
to
is for you
happen,
or me?
regardless of in terms of what type of land support they're going to get, and what is the position of the United States. They're still concerned about what is really going to happen with the United States in terms of Ukraine.
What does the recall of nearly 30 US diplomats signal about Trump's global diplomatic priorities?
Thank you again for the question. But basically, historically, this is nothing new. Each administration goes through this process where they replace ambassadors. Believe it or not, ambassadors are appointed and they serve at the liberty of the president. So in this situation, Trump and his administration feels that they prefer to have people in these positions that promote the America First policy, his procedures, his policy. Any type of holdover from the prior administration usually are requested to give up their position, move to another position, or leave or retire. So what we're seeing, the timing is kind of off, but 30 of the current ambassadors who are not considered part of the America First agenda has been requested to vacate that position, assume other position within the State Department, or move to the private sector. So what we're saying is part of the overall agenda. I want my people in these key positions, internally, domestically, and also internationally. So this is basically another transition to solidify the Trump administration moving forward with its new policies, particularly internationally, and to support what he's doing.
Then
I am sure you already created a huge time for Sir Norman Flatbarnes to respond to you. Along with that, I have a question, sir. How should United States diplomacy pivot in managing Russia, China, Middle East, especially Venezuela, Iran, Palestine simultaneously, sir?
Yes, once again, the U.S. foreign policy has changed. Is it still in the process of changing? Again, the policy is going to focus on America first, both in a domestic manner and also an international manner, which means is that the U.S., as we starting to notice, is making changes in terms of how we position ourselves, what is our viewpoints, and how we interact with other countries. The country is now focusing on protecting their interests, interests of the United States, and all engagements, conversations, and actions is going to reflect that, meaning from military to diplomatic, dealing with trade, commerce, and everything else. So the shift is now is not to provide aid, is to provide a plan that benefits where the United States wants to be in the next level. So we are now putting the military or the enforcement part in the back and putting on the negotiating role as how do we mediate, how do we come to terms, how do we increase our trade, how do we increase our presence, and reduce the amount of engagement that we have in other countries' affairs. We have enough affairs here in the United States. No one's going to contest that we have to deal with. And we are looking more on preserving the Western hemisphere instead of the global viewpoint.